Hi everybody, it's Mrs. Haugen. Today we're going to read the next section of our disaster alert book. So up here at the top we have a big bright word, floods. So this is the heading of this section. So everything that we read today is going to be about floods.
Floods.
The next thing we have here is called a subheading. So this is just the next smaller section of the text is going to tell us about why floods happen. Before we get started, I want you to look at this word that I have highlighted here. The word is absorb. So the word absorb means to soak something up or to suck something up, similar to a sponge. If you were to put a sponge in a sink of water, the sponge would absorb or suck up all that water. Here we go.
Floods usually happen when there is too much rain. The ground cannot absorb the water, and riverbanks overflow. In coastal areas, strong winds and high tides can cause floods. In cities, heavy rain can cause drains to overflow. The water spills into streets and houses. Sometimes floods last a few hours. Sometimes it can take weeks for the water to go away.
So this text on page 10 gives us a lot of good information about when there's a flood. And there's only a flood when too much rain is there and the ground is not able to soak it all up. All right, let's go to the next page. And we have a large photograph, and then we have a smaller photograph clipped to it. So let's listen.
Real life. July 20th, 2007. Heavy rain hit the town of Tewkesbury, Gloucestershire, England. 2 months' worth of rain fell in one day. Almost 50,000 homes lost electricity. The rivers overflowed. Thousands of homes were underwater. There was no drinking water for 17 days. The cost of fixing the damages in Gloucestershire was $80 million.
That's a whole lot of damage. The next thing that we have here, we see another subheading. So this section, instead of telling us why floods happen, it's going to talk about surviving a flood. So again, we have a really large photograph here. That's a super cool helicopter. It says rescue helicopter right here. And then I see a person that's hanging from it. So here's the subheading.
Surviving a flood.
Here we go.
Floods can destroy roads and highways. Strong currents carry away houses and cars. Floodwaters can make tap water undrinkable and dangerous. Power and phone service may be cut off for weeks. People are often trapped in their homes. Boats and helicopters are used to rescue them. Rescue workers search for lost pets, too.
As I listen to this, I can see that there is the word strong right here is describing the word currents. And we know that when a word is describing a noun, that is an adjective. So as we are reading, be thinking about what are some other adjectives that we see here. The next page, we are continuing with our subheading of surviving a flood, so we're going to learn more about that here.
How to survive. When flood warnings are issued, move to higher ground. Gather canned food and drinking water. Don't cross deep water by foot or car. Turn off electrical items. Use a battery-powered radio to listen for warnings and information. Fill sinks and bathtubs with clean water.
The photograph here at the bottom of these boys is giving us a little extra information for what surviving a flood might look like. We have a different subheading on page 14. So this subheading is about
fixing the damage.
So here we see a really cool photograph.
Pumps.
And it talks about the pump. So as we read down here at the bottom, we're going to see what these are used for. So again, we have two photographs on this page.
Cleaning up a flood is a big job. Pumps are used to carry water away from the town. Once the water is gone, people have to clean their houses. Furniture and other belongings are often ruined.
I see another adjective on this page. Did you notice? Take a look. See if you can find another word that describes a noun. So sometimes we can ask ourselves, well, what kind of a job? It's a big job. The word big is the adjective here. Next, we have another section, and I will play these for you.
Did you know? Water covers about 70% of Earth's surface. In 2013, floods killed more people than any other type of disaster.
Crazy that just water can do so much damage. The very bottom here, we have a different type of information. This is a job profile.
Job profile. Electricians help restore power after a flood. It can be a dangerous job. Electricians must find safe ways to replace the power lines without getting hurt.
So that was actually the last page of our flood section. So now your job is to go back into your class kick and complete the assignment on the Tuesday page.